ladies and gentlemen, this is Success with Bob Mwiti Show, and of course this is Bob Mwiti TV, and today we are at Eberly College of Business, and this is at Indiana University of Pennsylvania. For those who have been following me, you know that we have been visiting this university for the last few days, and actually this is the university where I attended my graduate studies. So during this whole trip, it brought a lot of memories since when I was here about more than 10 years ago. And today I'm with my professor. During those days, Professor Prashanth, right? Is that how you say your last name?
Perfect.
Perfect. Yeah, and we know in his office, as you can see, and he's here with us. We want to share a little bit more about him, College of Business, and of course what we came to do here. So thank you so much, sir, for giving us the opportunity to be here and talk to you.
It's been great the last 2 days.
Yes.
To see you live, and so happy that we reconnected again.
Yes.
After some gap.
Yes.
I was in touch with you after you graduated, but I knew what you were doing.
Yes.
But this is an exciting way for you to come back and give back to IUP.
Yes.
And then what you're trying to do is checks all boxes.
Thank you.
So we are very excited to be working with you again.
Thank you very much. Us too. I mean, for us, it's so exciting. I mean, we can't wait to see where this partnership takes us maybe in the next few years, you know. Yeah, we want to be part of the history of the school. I mean, for the last few days that we've been here, we've learned a lot more about the school than I actually knew, you know, and I mean, it's very fascinating, and you really want to be part of that history.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much for giving us that opportunity, and because also if it was not you, I don't think this thing would have happened. So I really appreciate that. Your effort was very instrumental in making sure that this collaboration actually succeeds.
Yeah, I was confident from day one that this was going to work.
Thank you. Yeah.
So,
so actually, Dr. Prashanth, he's been to East Africa. He lived in Tanzania, so he knows a little bit of Swahili, right?
Jambo, habari yako. I would reply in Zulu sana.
Yeah.
Najua mimi kidogo Kiswahili.
That's awesome. That's good. Yeah. In fact, actually, he was so much into our elections that just ended, and he was telling me a lot of things. I was like, wow, you know even so much, almost the same as I know. So yeah, so that was quite impressive. I was pleasantly surprised actually by that. But anyway, so going to left maybe to know a little bit about you. How long have you been in College of Business or IUP in general? What do you currently do? You know, what kind of students do you teach and what you teach and stuff like that?
Sure, thank you. I came to IUP close to 30 years back. This is my 29th year here, and my degree was originally in operations management from Rutgers University. That is where I got my MBA and PhD.
In New Jersey?
New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
And then I also have an
very good school, yeah.
Also have an MS in industrial engineering, which is very similar to operations and supply chain management.
Yeah.
So I've been teaching in the operations, quality, and supply chain management areas for 3 decades now.
3 decades.
Yeah. Then when I came to IUP, I had grown up in a city of several million people. Then I'd come to Newark, New Jersey, which is right next to New York. So that's again a huge city. When I came to Indiana, which was a town of 50,000 people, I thought I would not survive here.
After coming from a metropolitan
Exactly, yeah.
Yes.
But I fell in love with the place, with IUP. And like I have told you, this is a school with a small school environment, but big school opportunities.
Yes.
That is true for students as well as faculty.
Yes.
So I was able to do a lot of things. My goal was to have a good blend of teaching, research, and other kinds of things that I wanted to do.
Yes.
So I became the chair of management department, edited journals, did a lot of research activities. I was fortunate to get the Distinguished Research Award, Distinguished Teaching Award, which is one faculty member gets every year for the whole university. But what I'm most proud of doing here is making the college more global. So I was the one who started the partnership in India, and then we have partnerships in Palestine, in the Middle East. We have very strong partners in France and Germany and Norway. A colleague of mine runs a program in China. So we have all these international programs in Eberly. But I always wanted to have something very strong in Africa.
Yes.
Not just because of the few years that I spent in East Africa, but we care about diversity and inclusion.
Yes.
So we were missing a big population of students from Sub-Saharan Africa as well as Latin America.
Yes.
So that has been our focus, and you came to us at the perfect time.
Mm-hmm.
It was part of our strategy to expand there, and that is what my focus has been this year, to expand the global footprint of the Eberly College and IUP.
Yes. Awesome. So what do you normally teach? Like what are some of the programs that you had in the Eberly College?
Yeah, I personally teach in operations and supply chain area.
Mm-hmm.
That has been I developed the PhD program also here,
Mm-hmm.
and the MBA in supply chain, and the undergraduate program also in that area. I teach in that area. And what other programs we have? We are a full-fledged business school. So pretty much any traditional area you can think of: accounting, economics, finance, marketing, information systems, human resource management, international business, entrepreneurship. And most recently we added hospitality management, which is basically a hotel, restaurant, tourism and event management. So these are pretty much all the majors we have at the undergraduate level. At the MBA level we have the traditional MBA,
Yes.
plus
That's what I
concentrations.
Yeah. Fantastic, awesome. So you do you teach supply chain management. It's a program that is designated as STEM. Has a lot of interest with our students, and especially not just our students, actually most international students who understand the American system and STEM and stuff like that. Can you maybe talk a little bit more about the benefits of that program, just being a STEM program? What benefit does it give to international students who are coming here?
Absolutely. Yeah, this was our dream.
Mm-hmm.
We got this STEM approval for supply chain MBA
Mm-hmm.
just less than a year back.
Less than a year back.
And the
Big
big
deal.
advantage, it was perfect timing. And
Yes.
although we have international students from our partners for 20 years,
Yeah.
this is the first year we have had the STEM designation.
Mm-hmm.
So the big advantage with STEM is the OPT,
Yeah.
the optional practical training every international student gets for 1 year if it is non-STEM designated.
Sure.
But with STEM, they get 3 years.
Yes.
So what is the advantage of that? Employers are willing to hire these students more freely,
Yeah.
because if they have only 1 year approval to work, by the time they get the job and they train,
job training,
they're
1
done.
year is over. So no one
So-
want to hire them.
3 years they will get the good employment prospects. Second thing is when they apply for H1 visa, as you know, usually it is done in April,
Yes.
and it is a lottery in
It's
many
a lottery,
cases.
Yeah.
So if you
might
don't
not
get 1
it.
year,
Yes.
second, you have a third year.
Yeah.
3 times you have that option.
I've seen that so many times
Yeah.
on my videos.
Okay, good.
For people to get this, one of the advantages of taking STEM. I mean, the fact that there is a lottery somewhere with H1B, and if you really want to transition and go into corporate and get your papers right,
Right.
I mean, having those 3 years is a big deal.
Big deal.
Yeah, it gives you all the time that you need for you to get it right.
And the average salaries I've seen are higher
For
with STEM degrees.
STEM degrees.
And one last thing that most people don't realize is,
Mm.
if you want to immigrate to Canada
Mhm.
or to Australia or
Mhm.
New Zealand,
Yes.
they look at STEM programs more favorably.
Yes.
So if you have a degree,
Yeah.
many of these countries have a point system. So with STEM degrees, they get
You get
higher
more
points.
points, and you're able to migrate and work
Yeah,
there.
yeah. So a lot of good advantages with STEM.
Fantastic. So for Eberly College of Business, is there anything in the pipeline to increase the number of STEM programs
Yes.
here?
we are very actively looking at two more STEM programs. One is in econometrics, financial math. So we are converting our finance degree in MBA to a STEM, econometrics, with a lot more math, quantitative skills that are added to that. The second one is the very popular one, which we're going to add is the business analytics. So these are the two that should be there by fall 2023.
Okay, fantastic.
You're watching Success with Bob Mwiti Show, presented to you by Appstech America. Appstech America is a consulting company that helps immigrants find amazing higher education and job opportunities in the tech industry in the United States. You can find our programs by going to www.appstechamerica.com. Appstech America will wake you up to the unlimited potential within you.
So to our audience out there, maybe they just wondering like, what does it take for a program to become STEM? Maybe you can shed some more light about that process.
Yeah, absolutely. STEM, as it indicates, is science, technology, engineering, and math. And we definitely are not engineering, we are not science, but there is technology and math
In it.
So there's a lot of technology infused into our program and a lot of quantitative skills. So today, the STEM programs, they look at quantitative skills and analytical skills and technology related skills. So as long as we incorporate all of these skills in majority of the classes, then we can designate that as a STEM. So instead of us being supply chain management, we are management science, basically. So the management science code, we call that the SIP code. And that is the code that designates it as STEM.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. So maybe we can get a little bit into the nitty-gritties of that supply chain management program. For anybody out there, especially our students who are very much interested in this program. What does it entail in terms of some of the units that you have to take? Because I mean, this is not just an MBA. There's a little bit of other things that you have to do in that program. What is it all about, supply chain?
Right. I would say there are four major categories of classes you'll be taking. One is what it used to be called earlier, which is logistics planning, which is an integral part of what's going to happen in a supply chain. Then the second part is the entire planning of the supply chain network and analysis of the supply chain, which includes the warehousing, the inventory management, materials management, transportation part, all of that. Then we also look at quality management. Quality is very important. It is not just getting the right product at the right time, at the right place, but it is also the right quality.
Correct.
Right? So we look at quality management a lot. Project management is the other component. So in each of these areas, you'll be taking classes, and there are many cases that we look at. Many of our classes are case-based. So I look at cases of McDonald's in the food industry, Boeing in the aeronautics industry, Toyota, Walmart and Amazon and Apple. So we look at how all of these big corporations with global footprint, how are they managing their logistics. Walmart in this country has 5,000 different retail outlets and have 100 different distribution centers. How did they decide where to put the distribution centers, where to put the retail outlets? What are some of the things that goes into that decision making, both quantitative and qualitative? And then, I mean, there are supplier management is very important. Apple doesn't make anything, but they have the best supply chain in the world. So basically, they have more than 1,000 suppliers in 50 different countries. How do you manage these suppliers? That is the key. And also make sure that these suppliers are treating the environment well. These suppliers are treating their employees well, whether it is in Africa or Asia or Latin America. So we look at the soft aspect of supply chain as well as the very quantitative technology intensive part of supply chain.
Awesome, fantastic. So for our students out there who want to come to this program, what are you actually looking for when it comes to admissions?
That's a very important. We want somebody who has good, number one, analytical skills and good quantitative skills. Those are the two things. They don't need to be like knowing calculus and the high level of math, but they have to have good statistics background, and then they have to have good communication skills, because at the end of the day, once to get a job, they gotta have good communication skills. So three things we are looking for: quantitative skills, analytical skills, and communication skills. These are the three areas. So people coming from Kenya, most of them have no issues with the language, because obviously everybody speaks English. So that is not an issue, because that is an issue from other parts of the world. We have that. So, but in addition to just being able to speak English, they should be able to write well. And so these are some of the things that we are looking for.
Fantastic. So what would you say are the benefits of studying in the US? I mean, personally, I came here, when I was back in Kenya in my undergrad, I couldn't even speak in front of people. Now I run a company that we are, this year probably doing our first $1 million in terms of revenue. And
So proud of you.
I talk a lot, in front of people and stuff like that. Like, what are some of the benefits like international students get when they come to this country?
Number one thing is you will be able to accomplish your full potential. That is the beauty of this country.
Yes.
As you know, I grew up in India, and when I left India, there were very few opportunities.
Yes.
Now India is a changed country after 30 years.
Yeah.
There are a lot of opportunities, but still, this is the country that I have realized. I've been in 70 countries around the world, and actually spent a lot of time in many countries, but I haven't seen a country where your full potential can be realized for anybody, whether you're from Kenya or India or from Palestine or Norway. That is the beauty. It'll help you explore yourself more, and you become more independent in this country. And there is a very famous book by Tom Friedman, and he talks about how you gotta have. He talks to American students how you gotta have the mindset of an immigrant, a person who has nothing here. We all came here with a couple of $100,
Sure.
and we didn't know anybody.
Yeah.
Our parents were not here,
No
so
godfathers, nobody.
nothing.
Figure it out.
And you, whatever you did in Kenya or India, had no bearing here. You started from scratch,
Yes.
and you made it.
Yes.
And that is the beauty here. Everybody, whether they work for a big corporation or start their business, is an entrepreneur, because they have to be innovative, creative, and hardworking.
Hardworking.
There is no substitute for hard work. So that is what you learn in this country. When you are a student, you become so independent and creative and innovative that you can survive anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
That's what this country prepares you for.
I always tell them, like, if you survive in Kenya, coming here, you should be able to do it very well,
Exactly.
Because there's a lot of opportunities around this place,
Yeah.
Nice, awesome. So as we wrap up, I don't have to take a lot of time, what is that thing about IUP that probably someone out there watching, they should know to be interested more into this school? What is so different? Maybe even from the other schools that we currently work with, for example, where this guy went to, University of Alabama, Huntsville. What is that thing for you that is so special?
I have said this to many audiences around the world.
Yes.
One is our location.
Yes.
And it is a beautiful location, very close to big cities. We are right next to Pittsburgh. We are right next to driving distance from Cleveland, Washington, D.C., and even New York City.
Yes.
But we are in a serene, tranquil campus town. So ideal for studies without much distractions. But when you want to internships and jobs, it's not too far from a big city, unlike in many other parts of the country.
Yes.
And you're not in a big city. If you're in a big city, life will be chaotic. It is not here. That is one. Second thing is the size of this university is what I call as right size. we have about 10,000 students. If you go to a university which has 30, 40, 50,000 students, a lot of opportunities, a lot of diversity, but you are a drop in the ocean. Nobody cares about you.
Yeah.
And on the other hand, there are universities which are very small, like 2,000 students, liberal arts colleges, where everybody knows everybody, but there is no diversity. You'll be the only Kenyan student, or the only student from whatever country they're coming from.
Yeah.
We have the mid-sized university of 10,000. We have the diversity. We have the opportunity. If you want to get internships, if you want to be part of student clubs, we have clubs in every area, student clubs, which are very active. And if you want to come here and go to some other third country, we can help you with that.
Yeah.
So anything you can do in a big university, you can do here. So like I said in the beginning, and every student knows faculty members.
Yes.
So because they are their advisors.
Yes.
And classes are 25 to 40 students.
Yes.
So that is the beauty of this, the size of the university and the location. And we are accredited by AACSB. About 30% of business schools in the US are accredited by AACSB. That puts us in the top. And if I can, yeah, it's a good one to show you. Princeton Review. I'm sure most the libraries have subscribed to this. They come up with the top 300, 290 business schools in the US every year. And I want everyone to understand that is 290, 300 out of 2,000.
Wow.
So we are always in the top 15%.
Wow.
Inside you will see Harvard to Princeton to Kellogg, everybody is in there.
Awesome.
But 10 years back or so, this is our building.
Yeah, that's it.
They put us on the front page.
Wow.
That's because of our global programs and because of our technology. And I'm going to give this to Bob. So
Oh,
he
wow.
can take it, yeah.
Oh my God,
Yeah,
this is
so-
awesome. Nice,
Yeah,
nice. Thank you
yeah.
very much.
Yeah.
Wow, this is
This is the best business schools. We are in the top. We are definitely not in the top 30 or so, obviously, but we are in the top 15% of the business schools in the country.
Awesome. So maybe international students, where have they gone? Maybe for 1 minute as we wrap up this, where have they gone to work? I mean, personally, I used to work for Citibank, one of the Fortune 500 companies. How about the other ones who come through the program?
Yeah, I mean, from Google to Apple in technology,
Yeah,
GM to BMW
yeah,
in the auto industry, like you said, Citi to JP Morgan Chase
yeah,
in the financial sector,
yes.
GE to Caterpillar. They're in Australia to Zimbabwe. I'm not just making it up to be A to Z.
Yeah.
There are my alum is the head of global supply Australian supply chain for 7-Eleven stores.
Yes,
It's our alum.
yeah,
The head of Pepsi for Southern Africa
yeah,
is our student,
yes,
who sits in Zambia.
yeah.
Right. So Switzerland, any part of the world, and any type of business we have, and entrepreneurs like you.
Yes.
We have had so many people who have started their own businesses. So that is the power of the education. It makes you flexible and you can do different things.
Yeah, yeah, that's very true. Because even some of the students, some of my friends that we came through the same program during the same time, my friends, we used to work, 3 of us at Citibank. One of them now works for Deloitte as a consultant. The other one still works for Citibank, and another one works for Aon insurance company in New York. So I think all my friends are doing very, very well.
Yeah.
They may not be entrepreneurs, but they're out there in corporate and doing amazingly well. Yeah, so that's a very nice conversation. Thank you so much for giving us your time. Thank you so much for everything that you've done to make this thing work for us. The partnership between the school and the Kenya Airlift program. And like I said, for us, we are here to prove that we can actually deliver something for the university. We really want to become part of the history of this university. Having gone through this school, this school means a lot to me. Even with all the other schools that we have in the program, I think this is the school that I put up there even when it comes to the students that you want to bring, quality students, and we won't disappoint for sure. Yeah.
And
Thank you very much.
I think this is the beginning of something big.
Yes.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and I'm really looking forward.
Yeah.
At a personal level, I'm very happy
Yes.
that we are back I'll be back in East Africa in the near
Yes.
future.
Yes.
So good luck to all of you who are listening, and
Thank you very
thank
much.
you, Bob.
See you next time. Goodbye.
You've been watching Success with Bob Mwiti Show, brought to you by Upstack America. Come back next time to hear more steps and missteps that I took on the path to becoming a successful immigrant in USA. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and also follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn.